E up! Welcome to Orkney. This is one of the first Volkswagen E-Ups. Now every time I say E-Up, I can't help deferring to a sort of Yorkshire accent, so I apologise to all Yorkshire viewers, but the E-Up, every time I say E-Up, E-Up, although officially apparently the welcoming Yorkshire speak is A-Up, but this is an E-Up, but I still can't help saying E-Up. Cracking car. I'll lose the hat. This is one of the best value EVs on the market at the moment. There's a bit of a story behind these as well. Volkswagen, also the Seat Me and the Skoda Citigo, all make this great little electric car. When this first came out in 2013, 2014, it had a 17, 18 kilowatt hour battery, range of about 80 odd miles if driven carefully. I'll put a link in where my good mate James of James and Kate bought one of these up to Orkney from me from the Midlands. So this is sort of the second gen version with a 33 kilowatt hour usable battery. Its actual capacity is something like 36, but 33 usable. And Volkswagen, who owns Seat and Skoda, in their wisdom have decided to stop making this cracking car. Partly due to demand. This was sold out months ago, but via Drive Electric, who I represent here as part of the Reflex project, they've secured a number of these ready to lease. Now, if you're down south, that was a London accent, down south, you can lease one of these from Drive Electric, and I have the figures here. So for £163 a month, that's 2 years, on a 2-year deal, with an initial rental of £1,400 and 5,000 miles a year, you can lease one of these great little electric vehicles. So with a 33 kilowatt hour usable battery, you've got a range of around 140 miles, a little bit further if you press all the knobs, the Eco and the Eco Plus option, and rack back on the speed a little bit. It's a great EV, it really is, and we'll have a look around it in a moment. So yeah, why Volkswagen decided to stop making this, I have no idea. Well, I did a little bit of trawling on the internet yesterday. Basically, it was too popular, and they're holding back lithium-ion battery production and R&D for apparently the new ID2 or the ID1 that will obviously run alongside the ID3 and the ID4 from Volkswagen. Then I expect there'll be the Seat and Skoda variants, but that's at least 2-3 years away when we'll see sort of this type of car being offered by Volkswagen Group. So in the meantime, we're not going to make any more. We're selling too many of them. Read into that what you will from a legacy car maker such as Volkswagen. But anyway, by the by, great little EV. If you can get hold of one of these, brilliant. Now, say if you want to lease one, go to Drive Electric and they'll give you a price. And if you're here on Orkney as part of the Reflex project, get a little bit off. If you're a resident, we can do you around £30–40 a month less for this Volkswagen E-Up here on Orkney. So let's go and have a quick look around it. So I think this E-Up looks really good in black. So let's take a look inside. Got the old pop-out windows in the back. Come on, let's see if we can do it. There we go. So lots of black metal, but 3 seats in the back, headrests. It's a little city car. And past the E-Up badge, we've got both cables. So you've got the granny cable and Type 2, also a little complimentary Volkswagen triangle. So it's built to a cost, but standard fit and finish is as per Volkswagen. We've got CCS Rapid Charging. Now this will rapid charge at 40 kilowatts and also a 7 kilowatt AC Type 2 there. So yeah, it's very nice. So obviously I've got it running. Everything is sort of Volkswagen-esque as you'd expect. a fairly decent sized glove box with all the documents. Quite like this phone holder arrangement. So there's no sat nav, but most of us just use our phones, don't we? Because they're very often better than the manufacturer's sat nav. So little fantastic cable there to pop your phone in landscape and use your phone. There's also a connecting cable as well, I think. Yes. So you can connect your phone to the car systems. It's also got, wait for it, a reversing camera. Look at that. That must be the smallest reversing camera in the world, but it does the job. Quite like that. And you've got sensors all round. Heated seats, 2-stage heated seats. And the customer that's having this is actually one of those strange people that does cold water swimming, sea swimming, and she's looking forward to having a nice hot driver's seat and front passenger seat for when she goes sea swimming. Anyway, I digress. So there's the dashboard showing where we're 19 miles from new, showing 122 miles on the GOM, but we're not fully charged. Also got various menus on the steering wheel that we can flick round on. Total distance, there you go, 19 miles, average speed, all the usual things you expect from a modern EV. Average 1.1, it's only driven on and off boats and transporters, so that will improve when this is driven. So we've got nice, nice sound system, all the normal controls. We also have part reverse neutral drive, B, and also the old regen. You've got B for extra braking, which is sort of like a Tiptronic type arrangement, but that works really easily. And you've got Eco and Eco Plus. So if I press the button for Eco, performance and comfort restricted, so it improves the range on the gasometer. And then you've got Eco Plus, severe comfort and performance severely severely restricted. So again, you can play with those. 12-volt power cable, little cup holder. Yeah, it is what it is, and it's nice on a private car park here. So as per Volkswagen, it's very well screwed together. No squeaks or rattles as you'd expect from Volkswagen. Pop it in reverse, there's the rear camera. A little bit of a whine, but you know, oh, you've got rear sensors as well as the rear camera. There we go, that's quite nice. So yeah, this is going to the customer later on this morning. You've also got a gauge there showing when you're in regen, so when you're harvesting that energy from just normal braking or going downhill, etc. So there we go, the little Volkswagen e-up. So I thought it's a good time to talk about the early sort of city cars, the little Mitsubishi i-MiEV, also badged as a Peugeot Ion and a Citroen C0, and we have the Volkswagen e-up, also badged as a Seat Me and a Skoda Citigo. So two very comparable sort of size vehicles, but not, well, what we're looking at, perhaps 8 years apart, but just to show you how far the technology has gone in the last 8 years. So out of a 17 kilowatt hour pack, range realistically of around 65 to 70 miles, they were £30,000 when they were brand new. 30 grand. You could lease them for about £350 a month about 8 years ago. This one, same sort of physical size car, but with a 33 kilowatt hour usable and 140 mile range for £19,000. So in the space of 8 years, we've gone from cars that will do twice the range for half the price. That just shows you how far EVs have progressed in the last 8 years. So there we go, the Volkswagen e-up. E-up, lad. You can practically have this for nought. See you next time.